Okay. Years ago, someone in Belmont defeated Dracula, but the vampire lives on as a terrible curse. Okay, okay. We'll wait for it to cycle through again, I guess. But the vampire lives on as a terrible curse. Someone must gather Dracula's remains and destroy them permanently. We live in the future, and we know that's not true. So, this is not the straight Simon's Quest. You can see at the bottom, redacted by whoever. This is a hack that the main game is the same, but the NPCs actually say things useful. That's a little bit loud. Okay. I'm also just going to use save states throughout this. I am not good at Castlevania games. The white crystal will let you see unseen platforms. So, I don't know what this guy said before. He did not say this. I don't know that anyone actually told you what the white crystal did. So the first time I actually finished this game was probably early this year. I played it a bunch growing up. Never really gotten anywhere. Not entirely because it's cryptic. It's a pretty tough game. Old Castlevania is. I mean, all Castlevania really. But especially the old ones. But when I played through this, like start to finish, I realized it's not as cryptic as people say it is. Like, you do get told how things work. Like, there's a place where you equip a crystal and you crouch next to a lake and then the camera will pan down. Like, how are you supposed to know to do that? The game tells you. There's another place, I think you crouch, maybe you just stand next to a cliff and you have another crystal equipped and a whirlwind comes and picks you up, takes you away. How are you supposed to know to do that? The game tells you. But the way it tells you is really asinine. You talk to the NPCs in town and they'll tell you, like, a secret is in, like, X location, X region. And there's signs in town, like, this region's this way, that region's that way. And what the game expects you to do is to go through that whole region, which could be like 2 or 3 maps, and just chuck holy water at every floor tile. And you'll eventually find these like secret scrolls or something, and then they will be the actual hint on what things do. So basically this takes, I don't know if those, I'm not even going to try to look for them. I mean, I might check some. I have maps, and I might find one and see what they say. But that's what they expect you to do in the original, and it's really, it's not fun doing it that way. Like, NPCs should have something useful to say. That is their whole existence. But other than that, I actually quite enjoyed this game. Probably more than the first, actually. Just the first is actually pretty rough. Not just like difficulty, just it's a kind of a rough early-ish NES game. Sprinkle holy water on walls to uncover clues. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. I don't know that the game actually tells you to do that originally, but that's what they expect you to do. Oh, I think that was healing, but I'm not hurt. I don't know how long this is going to take me. The whole game is not especially long, but I don't expect to get through it that easily. I'm gonna buy a holy water. And they just decided to have hearts as currency in this. Let's see. Let's pause. Oh, I actually have hearts. Okay. Yeah, I will buy holy water. I don't think I even have it. I don't remember how to equip things. Okay. Well, I mean, I don't have any hearts to use it. I think this guy sells the white white crystal. No, I don't have any more hearts. So I guess go kill some stuff. So this is going to be kind of grindy, because you need a lot of hearts. There we go. I don't know why. I guess because I didn't have any hearts to use it. I also played around with this, and it does not change the text for when it turns to night, as far as I could tell, which is weird because it's not a very good message. It doesn't explain what's really going on or anything. Just, well, you'll probably see it a lot because it's going to switch to night a lot. $12. Hey, I think these are small hearts anyways. They're worth 2, and I think there's a half heart worth 1. And there's big hearts, I don't know how much they're worth. What a horrible night to have a curse. That was a half big one. Okay. As far as I could tell, this basically takes the engine of the first game and just turns it into more of an action RPG, which was the style at the time. I think I needed 50. And I'm pretty sure I need the gem for the first castle. I'll have 50 hearts, but I thought I could get the knife in the first town too. Or dagger, or whatever. I actually don't know that I can shop at night. I guess let's find out. Nope, there's enemies at night. Okay, good to know I can attack while on stairs. Can't jump on stairs. I don't know when they add that to the series. I don't even think the third one you can. I do not plan to stream the third one. It's a much harder game. And I'm not particularly good at Castlevania. Velasco Marsh, Berkeley's Mansion, and Barrel. So this is what I'm talking about. The signs will tell you something's this way and something's that way. And the NPCs will tell you that that area has something. I'm not supposed to be there. I'm supposed to go to that mansion first. But I'm fairly certain that I need the, I don't know if this is going to be death, but, okay, I made it. Pro gamer. I think I need the white crystal. Oh, I actually can't go inside. I think I need the white crystal to do the mansion. Oh. The Morning Song has vanquished the horrible night. Okay. Wrong button. I see why I couldn't get it. So up and down selects different different levels, and then left and right selects the different items. That's why I couldn't select it. Okay. I have a map. I'm gonna see if it, because I think I'd get the dagger here. Okay, it does not mention the dagger. But there is another house that I can enter. Discover a clue in the woods outside of algebra. This is basically the original way the game expects you to define how anything worked. Pray at the church to restore your vitality. So I think this is the dagger. No, it's a new whip. Okay. So I guess grind until I get 100 hearts, because I really want that whip. I don't know where to get the dagger then. Holy water breaks walls and reveals traps. This is the town of Jova. Please save us from Dracula. Okay, they're the same enemies as Knight, so that's pretty dangerous. Probably could have just jumped across the bottom. Thanks, game. Nope. Oh, they hop back in the water. No, I can't hit him. Oh, I have holy water bomb, I think. Of course I can hit it. Waste of hearts. Oh, okay. We'll go back here. Yeah, I'm not very good at this game, and I expected holy water to have some blasting effect. I think I get an upgrade for it. Maybe. I know there's upgrades to the knife or dagger. A long way to that new whip. And once it turns night again, I'll get a lot more hearts. I'm not entirely sure what the time means. Oh, there's also levels. I don't know when I get my first level. I start at level 0. I think the hearts are also experience. Yeah, because I'm not getting experience from just killing anything. Ow. Ow. Halfway there. Hopefully I can heal before it turns to night. I don't remember if this game has different endings or not. I think it does, depending on how fast you actually do the quest. Just gotta wait for the sun to go down again. There we go. I don't know if that heart will still be there. Okay, it was. But everything's worth more now. Would they actually drop them? So, since it is the spooky month, I had a few Halloween-themed games and packs and stuff planned to stream. I did not actually... I had this game planned before I really had that theme planned. So it's just a coincidence that I picked this next. But other than this, I do have a bunch of other... Oh, that's a level up. I do have a bunch of other stuff planned. Oh, and I have enough now. But I can't, the shop's not open. I can't go into buildings at night. I don't remember what I get from level ups. I don't know. I think I get more health, but I don't think it actually adds to the health bar. And I think I do more damage, in addition to whips giving me more damage. Though it doesn't look like I'm doing more damage. So I really have no idea what levels give me. I just wanted to throw it in here because it's what the kids were doing. Okay. Oh, that's cheap. Because it didn't actually disappear until the transition. I only got the small heart out of it. Alright, so let's get the new whip and head to the first castle. Yes. Nope. Oh. Okay, so it looks like it's longer. let's see. The map also, for some reason, says what the characters say here. Oh, there's a sign. It's like this way is this place, this way is that way. The original was like turn right for Joba Woods, turn left for Blasco Marsh. Like, who writes signs like that? The first thing to do in this town is buy a white crystal. Why? What does it do? "13 clues will solve Dracula's riddle." Okay. Yeah, okay, here's what I'm talking about. Clues to Dracula's riddle are in the town of Veros. So you go to Veros, and I think you break blocks there. So that's what I'm talking about with the way the original hints worked. And they're not terrible, but like for the time they were not terrible, but they're just not very good. That doesn't really tell you anything. I'll see if I can actually find one of the hints to see how they're different in this. I think I'm gonna check the map again real quick. Sorry. See if I can, like, if I find a hint, can I see what it said originally? It doesn't look like it, though. Oh, it does. Okay, yeah. Okay, so if I find a hint, I can look up what it originally said. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so there's some hints. I think I can break walls still in this. That would make sense. It's Castlevania. But most of the hints are in the floor. Okay, it does do more damage because I'm one-shotting the werewolves. Which is super weird than being out in the day, but okay. I don't know how far I'm going to make it into this today, but I assumed it was going to take at least 2 sessions. I will probably grind hearts off stream. I don't know what the penalty is for death in this. I think I start the screen over and I lose hearts, maybe? Okay, so I could not break those with the whip. Okay. Well, that's good to know. Really? Really, game? What was that jump? I also don't know the purpose of going down there. Okay. If I go down, there is a town. Check that first, because they said that there was a hint there. Maybe I can find a hint to show you. Otherwise, I don't plan to hunt any of them down. Well, before I actually go in there, since I have the map up, let's see. There is no hint in the town. So that's misleading. I don't know. Okay, so I do know there's some in this upcoming castle, so that'll probably be what I show how bad they were. Equip the rib to shield evil. I think that's actually the original. No, I mean it's sort of. It's sort of different. I don't think I can go in there at night. Welcome to the humble town of Veros. A man in algebra is looking for a white crystal. So I think I trade it to him for another crystal, and then I have to go back and get another white crystal, because you need the white crystal to see hidden platforms. The white columns of Berkeley's mansion are trapped. What? Oh, there's traps in the columns. Okay, I get it. Empty rooms are not always what they appear to be. Oh. So that's a hint to that first empty room I was in. Clues are often hidden at the dead ends of mansions. So that's a good hint. Because they are, in fact, I can say, from looking at the map. Purchase a chain whip. Wow, okay. So I could immediately have gotten an upgrade. I did not need that. Whatever. The thorn whip is going to help. I'm actually not that far from it. I don't know, I may come back for that, depending on how far I get into the castle. Or it might turn night before I even get there. I do know that there's a bunch of whip upgrades in this. Oh, that could be bad. Am I going to be in the middle of my jump? Or am I just going to fall? Okay. Okay. That could have been bad. But no, you still have your full jump arc. I fully expected to just plummet. Here's where having a longer whip helps a lot. I thought I could kill the... Okay. So I guess I'm not making that at night. I'm still pretty far off. I really don't want to go through there to get more hearts, though. So let's see if I can make it through this. I have to waste hearts to get over there. Yeah, that wasn't bad. Just wait him out. That's the first castle. Yeah, I think this platform... Yeah, I can't unequip the white crystal, but that platform would not be there if I did not have the white crystal. So because I'm greedy, I'm going to save up for that whip. Probably just go in and out right here. I did not expect an immediate transition back. Yeah, that's giving me a lot. When they actually drop them. Yeah, okay, there we go. That's enough. Nah, I'll just head back and whatever I get. Just whiff every single attack. I guess it's still going to be night when I get there, though. I have no idea what the time means. But I haven't been playing for 3 hours, so... I don't know. Oh, great, bats. And they take 2 hits, that's fun. I was hoping to be those zombie things instead. There they are. And they're dropping nothing. Okay, that was sudden. Okay, yeah, I should have enough to break the floor as well. And there's a... I didn't check the secret in the other building. also remember a building similar to this that was really difficult to get back out of for some reason. Is that shorter? I don't think that's shorter. Okay, I have plenty to check the secret room in the first building. Okay, he's got the dagger. Nope. I'll pick that up after the castle. Okay, it is definitely not shorter. Oh, come on. What was that jump? I don't remember, but I think I also find something similar that lets me walk through the swamps without damage. Maybe? You can walk through the swamp, but if you get into that water, you just die. Some in Belmont can't swim. Okay. Let's see. Quickest way to this. It'll be along the way. Okay. Sort of along the way. This guy's gonna be annoying. No, never mind. Really glad I got this whip. Because the NES, those slimes just disappear when they jump. In the original Castlevania, you could destroy their enemy shots, but I thought you could in this. Okay. Come on, it's like the third one up. No, it's the bottom one. Okay, never mind, I'm done. Only an oak stake will shatter the crystal ball. Okay. Let's see, what does this say originally? A symbol of evil will appear when you strike the stake. What? See, this is much better. You need to use a stake on the crystal ball. Slimes are terrible. Good, one is going up with me. And just respawn. Alright. I'm fine with that. Okay, just what? Ah, they're fake platforms. That's trolly. Another use for holy water. So they just expect you to just walk around chucking holy water endlessly. There we go. I don't know if these are going to be fake too. They're not. I think they are in other castles. The blocks above spikes, so to speak. Okay, I did not expect that to hurt me. Everything. Invested in oak stake. Yeah, kinda have to. I don't know if they might be limited. With the one item I've found so far that's consumable. But I don't remember. We'll find out, because I'm going to need it soon. Dead end, which means it might hold a secret, and it does. Find the hidden flame on Tabby's path. Okay. What was this originally? A flame flickers inside the ring of fire. Okay. That sounds obvious, actually. This sounds like a hint. Oh. Okay. That startled me. Oh, great. Nah. I choose life. Let's see. I don't think I can get through the wall there. No, I can. What? I tried that. Okay, it's a dead end anyways. Sure. I have to go all the way back. Makes sense, actually. No, there's. I do know that there are fake floors up there. If I gotta go all the way back to the beginning, maybe I should just go back to town and heal. I think that's what I'm going to go ahead and do. Because there's bosses in each of the castles. I think. Let's see if the maps would even show them. They would. So there is no boss here. Then. Okay, then yeah, then I'm just going to go stake the crystal. Because that's what they're for. Just fail on all my jumps. Again, I forget that actually does damage. believe it was the pillar that was fake. I don't think it was this one. Yeah. Not fair that they can go through there. You now possess Dracula's rib. I believe while this is equipped, yeah, you have a shield. It's just a shield. That's okay. But I think when I go back to the entrance, that platform will not be there. That was risky. One of those demons wanted to just shoot at me instead of charging me. I could see if it works on them. I'll try it on the Fishman to Haggins. I don't know what they were this time. I don't think I'm actually going to need that platform to get out, though, but it's not going to be there. Yeah, it's not there because they don't have the white crystal equipped. Okay, that wasn't too bad. I expected a boss, and entirely bearable without one. Over my head. Over my head again. Okay. I assume it works. That doesn't mean it actually does. I should have definitely gotten enough hearts for... Oh yeah. For the dagger. Alright. A more generally useful sub-weapon. I don't know if the axe is in this. I know there's multiple tiers of the dagger. And there isn't a new tier of the holy water, but there's a similar a weapon that acts similar. Huh. Why do I still only have 2 experience and only level 1? I don't know. I thought I just needed to pick up the hearts. Where's Castle 2? That's actually a good question, because continuing on gets me to Castle 5. I do not see Castle 2. Okay, there it is. How do I get there? Oh, yeah, it is just continuing on. Okay. I don't know what any of the other Dracula parts do. I assume I will find out. And I don't think I can use them in the battle with Dracula. Not that I think they would help. Yep. Did not expect it to reflect them, but okay. I don't know if the reflections actually hurt anything. Okay, immediately get the curse. I don't think the curse affects castles. I was getting the big hearts in there regardless. Like, I think they're already that level of difficulty. I don't know if up or down matters. Okay, I think it does. That was weird. For a second I thought I couldn't get in there. Which way do I want to go? Oh. So apparently up and down would not have mattered. Sure. But there is something in this cave. Oh, I would have gone straight to this cave from that town. Why did, I need to pay more attention to the map. Ow. I wonder if I can just go up. I can. I want to be right in the right way of enemies. Thanks, game. Alright, nope. You now possess Sacred Flame. Okay, that's like an upgraded holy water. I think that will also hurt me, though. But it acts a little more like you expect holy water to. Wait, do I want to go down? No, never mind. Down takes me up to the town. There's another secret here. Oh, that's gonna be fun. Try to get rid of the spiders before I go searching for the secret. Or just take all the damage. I don't even know if I can get this arc. There we go. To cross Yuba Lake, hold a blue crystal and kneel. In the original, to replenish Earth, kneel by the lake with the blue crystal. So that's still really worded really dumb, but that is telling you to have the blue crystal and kneel at the lake. So that's one of the hints I was talking about. That the original game does tell you, it's just the way you find these is really stupid. So unless you just spend your entire time going through these maps, just chucking holy water at every single floor tile, you're just not going to find them. Or if you already know where they're at, I guess. I need a town. Is there a town nearby? There is. Okay. Just keep going straight. Sorry, I'm going to keep referencing the map a lot. This is I wouldn't say it's super hard to follow, but it's not super easy either. I do not think those spiders are going to be better during the day. And right as I start my jump. Okay. Is this a secret? It is. I think if I don't clear one of that third block I've been breaking, it's actually really hard to get out. I'll buy some garlic. This one I do know for certain is consumable. Yeah, you see there's 2 down there. How would I... Oh, that's how I select it. I believe it's temporary immunity. Invincibility, I should say. Another dead end. So I guess this is just the way the game is from now on. Well, I guess let's see how hard it is to get out, because that's going to respawn those blocks. Equip the eye to see veiled clues. Okay. Isn't that what the white crystal's supposed to do? Well, that tells you that you having the eye equipped, you see secrets. Okay, it's not what I thought it was. I do remember somewhere, though, being difficult to get back out of. Garlic is known to summon strangers. What? Okay, yeah, I think I remember that too. Like, there's some location if I use garlic. Actually, I think it's right outside of town. Let's see, what did he say before? Buy some garlic, it has special powers. Sure. I mean, yeah, that's not wrong, but that doesn't tell you this secret. Really use a church. 2 clues you need are held in Rover Mansion. I don't think I actually need them. I'm not going to go out of my way to look for clues. Just checking if there's any... Okay, all the secrets here are breakable floors. I also just realized that even if I'm walking, buy some of my laurels. I don't know what this does. Maybe the laurel's invincibility? One of them is invincibility. Oh, yeah, I noticed that when you're moving, the shield isn't out, but when you jump, it is. So that's really handy. I really hope all this time wasting in town isn't going to make it nighttime before I find a church. Blue crystals required for Rover Mansion. I think that's where I was headed. Is it? Yes. Okay, so Rover Man, that's the one that's where I crouch by the lake. So where do I get the blue crystal? Huh. I don't know. It doesn't look like it's in town. But then it's also not telling me what anybody's selling. Okay, I see. A laurel will protect you from a poison marsh. I think I'm going to find someone who's going to say that. Should be up here. So, laurels are what let you go through the marshes. Yep, a laurel will protect you from the poison marsh. That's the exact hint. So yeah, the garlic is a temporary invisibility then. Welcome to Algebra, please save us from Dracula. Yeah, that kind of rhymed. Seek a hidden clue inside the house of Veros. Inside a house in Veros. I'll give you this blue crystal for your white one. Okay. So at some point I need to go back and pick up another white one. I think I trade one of the others for either the white one or the blue one for the red one. Wait, is there no church here? There is no church here. Wow. Okay. That is rough. Okay, so I'm just going to have to head back to heal. But first, I think it's immediately heading out here if I use garlic. Okay, I can't actually hit them. Let's see. So I don't waste it. There we go. I'll give you this silver knife to save your neck. Okay, so garlic is not invincibility. I think laurels are actually invincibility. So yeah, that protects you from the swamp, but that's not its only purpose. Okay, there are separate items as well. I also think I cannot progress going this way. Yeah, because you cannot make that jump. I think I get back there using that whirlwind I mentioned. You crouch at a mountain and a whirlwind picks you up. Okay, so now let's head back to that town. The other town. The good town. The good Christian town with a church. And then we will come back, and I think it's the south route out here. Oh, those spiders are really bad. I don't know that the shield will protect me either. I think going down there is where I need the blue gem. I definitely do not want to go into that castle with only 2 health. Wow. Okay, not only does it not protect me, I just take a ton of damage from spider webs. I also dislike spider webs, but I don't take 2 damage from them. Looks like I can destroy those, though. If I get my swing right. Wow. Wow. That is too much damage for something so dumb. Okay. If there weren't spiders spawning in, I'd check to see if that sacred flame can actually destroy blocks. I don't remember if it can or not. Okay. So, get extra hearts on the way back to town. Ow! That's bad. I did not think he was going to swing. Okay. And I also would then have to wait for day before I could actually heal. This is a fun system. I expected to get more hearts in the way. I really thought he was just going to drop. So I guess kill those guys until daytime. And just be super careful because I have 1 hit point left. Unless I can go in the church at night, I cannot. Okay. That's how you know it's a good church. They turn you away at night. Oh, that was a level. Oh, I know what it is. I can only gain experience at night. That's what it is. I've definitely not been playing 5 hours. What is this time? Oh, I think that's days. That's the days, in-game days, I think. So then I don't know what the time even is. Okay, so that all I needed was a heal, so I don't care. I'm just leaving. For a second, I actually thought I walked into his little death flame and got hurt. Because it's the same flame that those bone-chucking skeletons did. So then I'm not sure what garlic does on its own. Maybe it repels enemies? The one place I used it, it did not have moving enemies, so I have no idea. I don't feel like wasting my last one to check it. I suppose I could just do a save state and try it, but I don't know. I don't think this is the place to try it either. Okay, let's not take all the damage. That's just really cheap enemy placement. That's what I expect from Castlevania, though. Ah, come on. Okay, don't take all the damage. One of the damage is okay, just not all of the damage. This is a terrible place to try anything out. Okay. And it's day. Okay. Okay. Let's see if garlic does anything. Well, not there. Maybe if it's somewhere an enemy walks? Okay. Interesting. That's not useful. Or maybe if it'll hurt a boss as well, like something that would fly through it, that could be useful. Otherwise, it's only to get the dagger. Because I lose all momentum when I drop, still get damage there. Oh, that looks like the kind of platform that would disappear without the white crystal. I guess they have to be there because there would be no way back without it. You just game over. Okay. Equip blue gem and crouch. Here we go. And if you don't do that, when you walk into the water, you just die. Because it's a good game. I'm pretty sure that's the only place you need the blue gem. Now this one I do know has a boss. I mean, wait, I think. No. Okay. I'm surprised at how few bosses there are. Sure. Okay. Just keep going. Oh, and I don't have a stake. Is there one of those guys in here? Yes. Okay. Yeah, so that's... I think I have to buy the stake in the place. I don't know if I can buy one and just carry it. I might try that after getting the item in here. I thought that was going to disappear before I got to it. And I don't know why some of those attack and some of them don't. Maybe I'm just killing some of them before they can. No, they didn't do anything at all. So I don't know. I feel like they should at least look different. Like, not have the shield or something. I can't get up there. Well, I do know that this wall is fake. And that whole section up there is just a loop. There we go. Like, they're not even all fast-moving ones that throw. Okay. That's pretty trolly. Okay. That was also a lot of damage. Yes. Now let me attack. It's the same button to attack as it is to talk. So that was a little scary. Right, now we got the stake. I don't think I'm actually going to go back there. I think I'm just going to assume that I get a stake in each castle. Probably the guy in the first castle would have been the one to go back to. It's also not numbered, so I can't carry more than one. Also, I'm going to save state and test, because I'm pretty sure this will hurt me. It does not. Okay. Then that's just my new holy water. That was close. But I also do not think that it will break walls. I should find one in here and test it. Let's see. A second here. There are no breakable walls. Oh, never mind, there are. Yeah, up at the top. I don't think that it does. I think it's only holy water. Should be right here. It does not. Garlic summons a soul in Camellia's cemetery. And someone already told me that, about, well, they didn't tell me where. Let's see. What was the hint here? Garlic in the graveyard summons a stranger. Okay, so that's not a bad hint. This is more, well, no, they're more or less the same, just that's worded better. I'm not going to be in trouble if I just drop. I am not. You now possess Dracula's heart. I thought it was going to be the eye. What does the heart do? No one's mentioned the heart yet. These awkward jumps. I don't think... Yeah, there's nothing noticeable having it equipped. No, I guess I had nowhere else to go anyways. Oh well. So there was no... Why is the orb back? Okay. I think that's probably just visual weirdness from NES. Okay. I'm glad that wasn't death below me, because I could not move. I tried to do a... I guess like a short hop or something to miss the one above and land on the one below, and it just fell. Okay. Yeah, I'm really surprised at the lack of bosses so far. Oh, this guy. okay. Just peace out then. I don't think this is going to be too bad of a jump. Nope. Okay. Still, I'm afraid of everything, so I'm going to be safe stating a lot. Well, the ones that throw bones move faster, but that's... Like, unless I can see one of the regular ones at the same time, it's not super obvious. Okay. Now, where is Castle 3? Okay, so it is left of the first town. Huh. Oh, okay, I have to have the heart there. Okay. If I do not have the heart, I go to a completely different location. So I guess the heart is only for that. Okay. Let's make our way back. It's a long way to the left. I'm also fairly certain this does not stay scrolled down. Yeah. I'm going to pick up another white gem when I go back to the first town as well. I don't know if I need it, but I think that there's going to be more exchanging done. I expect this kind of skeleton to be throwing bones, and the ones with shields will just keep moving back and forth, and maybe a sword attack? I think the later ones do. I hate spiders. I got really in general, just in video games they are horrible. And anything flying is always bad. I would probably be fine if I took the upper path to get to the first town, rather than go down here. I actually probably should have stopped by and got more laurels, because I think that might be the only town that sells them. It's trying to pause and then I get the curse. So I can't go back and get more laurels anyways. Just seeing if there's a swamp I need to get through sometime soon. It does not look like it. I know that there is a place where I do need to do that. So coming up in Castle 3, and Castle 5 is through a swamp. Okay. But I don't think I get there from... No? Okay. So Castle 5 is beyond the graveyard, and I think I need the whirlwind to get me past there. Because I don't think there's any caves or anything to take me under that jump I can't make. See if the guide says where that takes me. Okay, it takes me directly to Castle 4 when I use the whirlwind. Okay. So I probably get the gem in Castle 3, or maybe in one of the upcoming towns. But I do want to get more laurels before I do that, which means yeah, I'm going to see if this tells me what I buy. Okay, it does tell me what I can buy from people. Huh. Oh, okay, there's a laurel. Let's see if there's any other town that says laurels. Yes, there are. Okay, so I don't need to go back. I should also be coming up on a new whip, I think. I think the final one I just find. I'm not planning to rely on that, just like to skip to the one that I find, or to hold out on that one. Because both upgrades I've gotten so far have been super handy. Thanks, game. Oh, I'm still in the jump when I pass through. That's also good to know. Oops. Wrong button. These are starting to look familiar. Actually, they should all look familiar because I've been through a lot of these places several times. Can one-shot the night werewolves. So I think levels are just health. No, I'm not getting... So I have no idea how I get experience. No, it's not only during the day, because I gotta level up at night. It's not like back and forth, because I wasn't getting experience it. Maybe I don't get experience when I'm holding a piece of Dracula? Wait, it's not from the enemies, it's from the... No, I have no clue. I know what it is. It's certain enemies. Okay, I remember now. Yeah, you can't just keep grinding on weak enemies. It is from the hearts, but hearts dropped by weak enemies will not level you up. Just to keep you moving forward. I could have jumped across the bottom, but I really need the church. I think it was the guy in the upper right that sold the white gem. Maybe that was holy water. Oh, yeah. One of the guys down there sells the white gem, I think. Unless the gem upgrades? I didn't think about that. Maybe the blue gem is in the white gem spot. Yeah, it was him. White crystal. Oh! It does replace it. Okay, so let's not do that. Sorry, this is a bit of a ways back, but that was a tremendous waste. I should have saved after healing. Oh, that was me being down. Oh, I don't feel like these enemies here are dangerous anyways. So I guess just having any gem makes those blocks visible. It also did not seem like I needed to have it equipped. I could walk into the first castle to check, but I have a feeling that's the only place I actually needed it, the white gem. Here we go. I don't know why the game actually let me do that then. Okay. Now move on. Let me check real quick where I think I'm actually at max hearts. Let's see, where do I want to go? Oh, there's 2 graveyards. Interesting. And both of them have someone that appears when I use garlic. I just now noticed that. I think that's past that town. Yeah. Okay, so... yeah, I'm going to need some laurels coming up, but I have a couple, so that's fine. I do not want to... so there's going to be a boatman, and if I talk to him with a heart, he takes me to the next castle. So I do not want to do that yet. I mean, I assume that I have to have it equipped and not just have it. Unless I have to make multiple trips to get across the original path. Okay, so these enemies are entirely bearable now. Okay, I did not expect to be able to just... I don't know how long this lasts. I had the shield out game. It lasted long enough. Okay, and I'm building up experience again. So yeah, that's what it was. I just needed to quit spawning him. So one soul across the river. Okay. I don't know that these things are actually dangerous here. What the? I did not expect him to just immediately turn around. Okay. This should be... yeah, this is the next town. There should be a whip upgrade here, I think. Let's check. Okay, this one is through the wall. I mean, I have plenty of hearts, so I could have actually tested it. Yes. Okay, I think the next whip is 200, so I don't want to use all my... which means I'm probably going to go through all of them to get to whoever's selling it. Let's... is it not this town? It's not this town. Okay, it's the next town. Can I get to the next town? Yes, I should be able to get to the next town. That is worth going out of the way for. should have plenty of garlic. I think the other hidden shop in this town sells the garlic, so I don't need to find it. Locate a clue in the Deadly Jam Wasteland. What? I've been reading the signs in towns. After this, you'll be ready for Bram Mansion. After what? So yeah, that's the garlic salesman. Dracula's nail can whip through barriers. So I think having the nail equipped, the whip will break blocks. It might also be specific blocks. The devious woods are past Uda Road. These are locations that I'm very familiar with, game. But part of that is my fault, because I have not been reading the signs when I go into towns. Let's see what the original hint for the nail was. If it even had one. No, there is nothing. Wow. I don't know that there's a hint to that at all in the game. You can acquire a silk bag in a graveyard. Okay, that's... I don't know what that does, but that's nice to know. Unearth the 2 concealed clues in Bram's mansion. I will pass. I don't need the clues. This is the town of Aldra. I don't know why they put the signs over death pits. Or across death pits. Didn't mean to waste that. Sturgoy Graveyard and town of Ondol. Dead River. Okay. So there's 2 graveyards. I didn't see the name of the first one where I met the stranger. Ah! So now I have to wait. Oh, these are tougher enemies. That's actually good, because I need more... I could use more levels. Can't even talk to everyone in a town before it turns night. Yeah, it is definitely the hearts. I don't really like that these enemies look identical to the ones I've been fighting, but they're stronger. Like, at least the skeletons and other castle enemies have been different colors. I don't know how much I need for another level, but hopefully I can get another one before the night's over. I think I was getting 3 experience per heart if they drop them. I think it might be 100, but I need to actually get hearts to get that, to test that. No. So I don't know. I assume it's more and more each time. I just don't know how much. I don't know that there's someone who tells me either. I could check a guide, but I'm not overly concerned. Yeah, I'm back to max hearts too. Okay, anytime you want to turn to day game. There we go. I'll give you this red crystal for your blue one. So I think I would actually need the blue crystal to go back to that castle. But the red one I'm going to need to get the whirlwind to show up. I don't know if these slimes will actually jump into the sky. Would be nice, kind of, to just have them peace out. I think I'm still getting experience with those. Okay, I am still getting experience. Oh, they got some legs on them. Ow! They do a lot of damage too. Wow. Somewhere in here is a whip upgrade. And I hope a church. Because I took a lot of damage getting here. Okay. There is a church. Okay, good. I mean, I've got enough holy waters, I don't need to... I really don't need to be checking the map. Okay. I don't know why that's not hitting both of them. Sure. Okay. So now I actually do need to check it to make sure that I have enough to get the whip. And probably after the next castle, I'm going to stock up on laurels. Of course, it could also turn night while I'm here, again. And then I wouldn't need to worry about the hearts anymore. I would still really like to find the whip, though. The Ruba Mansion lies between marshes. Yeah, that's the one I need the laurels to get to. I don't need the laurels exactly, but they are really going to help. Where the graveyard duck and the cemetery. What? Sure. That's a perfectly reasonable thing to tell a person. A man on Uda Road can give your whip real power. Okay. I don't know if I need the next whip upgrade to get the final one. I also don't remember having to pay for it. As long as it's taking me to get around town, I'm definitely going to have night before I finish this town as well. One clue in Bodley Mansion. Okay. Is this gonna kill me? No. Okay, good. That was looking like the lake. I don't know what's in here. Hopefully this is the whip. There we go. 204 Morning Star. I think if I keep going, I'll find a other person in the graveyard. And as far as I know, that's the only uses for garlic. Other than the just... There's a clue in Dubious Woods. I think someone else already told that. Yeah, other than them potentially being damaged on bosses, there's no other use for garlics I know of. I thought that was going to be solid. I am glad there was not water below me. I also thought that there was a church here. No, I think I was looking at the previous town. Okay. Okay, sure. And no, it's not here. That is the graveyard. Huh, how did I miss that? Well, it's around here, at least. Welcome to Oldon, friend. I think this is the last place to check. Beware the false dead ends of Bodley Mansion. Okay. Let's see. I think I noticed that hint. I was looking at this. Let's see. Don't look into the Death Star or you will die. Okay. Okay, sure. That's a perfectly reasonable hint, as I suppose. I mean, it's not like it's wrong exactly. That has nothing to do with this game, though. Okay. I think it's here. I'm just gonna jump over you. I did not think I was gonna make it. Yeah, go down the stairs there. That'll take me to the graveyard. Okay, apparently I need a lot of hearts for another level. I did not expect that to just drop me all the way there, okay? I don't think I can get there. No, I cannot. Well, I mean, I can. But let's not go through the swamp. What was that? I definitely did not hit that. There we go. And then I think it's the middle two. What am I hitting my head on? This Konami yep. That was cheap. I mean, I made it, but that was still cheap. What's the point of it reflecting if it doesn't hurt the enemies? Just make it disappear. Even with the Morning Star, everything here is taking a lot of... I really wish I had that church. Oh, come on, game. None of that crap. That's the crap I'm talking about. None of that. What are these jumps it's making? Oh, come on. I don't want to keep reliving this same 5 seconds game. Thank you. What are these jumps? But I also got to get back out of here. And I'm going to need a laurel to do that. Oh my god! Game, for God's sake. Thank you. Okay. That was dumb. Let's just use a garlic here. Take this silk bag. I have no idea what that does, though. I mean, it's in my inventory. I think it lets me carry more laurels and garlic. The laurels are definitely going to be handy. It would be really nice if I could level. I should definitely be close. Game! Freaking slimes. Nope, stop. Okay. Now, this should definitely be enough to get across. Oh, this would be bad. I may need another laurel to just get up there. Yep. Thanks, Konami. Can I... If you would just go over to the side... Like that? Ah, there we go. Pro gamer. Okay. Okay. There we go. Freaking slimes. Are you kidding me? Even during the day? That is absurd damage. Stop! I have to get so far away from their stupid jumps that they're just going to respawn. Thank you. Wow, that was stupid. Why are slimes the... Okay. Still think that was worth the trip for the warning star. I didn't necessarily have to go down to the graveyard and subject myself to that. Okay, where was the church here? All the way at the top. Okay. It's looking like what I'm probably going to have to do is after I finish this next castle, I'm going to have to call the stream. This isn't an especially long game, so I should be able to finish it next time. And if I hadn't been finishing the game I was playing earlier, I might have finished this in one sitting. It'd be really nice if I could level, though. I have to be getting close. Actually, I do have a guide up. Just in case, see if it actually says anywhere. Doesn't look like it. I mean, it's just like a legitimate guide. But it doesn't seem to mention experience. Let's see. Yeah, the endings are based on the days, how many days it takes. I don't think I've ever seen the good ending. You have to beat it in 7 days or less. This is probably going to be the bad ending. I think it just changes like the scene you see at the very end. And no mention of the experience you need. Yeah, might be in a different guide. I don't feel like going through this any longer. I'm just going to continue on. I will get a level when I get a level. I don't think I can get there from here. I'm still across the river. Okay, so some of them can be dangerous. I didn't think any of them would have been. I don't know if I just have to... Okay, yeah. So now I need to equip the heart. The heart, come with me. And he still does that. Okay. What? The whip went right through him. Okay. Thanks for that game. Okay. Now we were at the next castle. Let me take a look here. Only 3 castles in. This one does, in fact, have a boss. Okay. And there's a secret here. One of those books with a secret that I also remember being pretty annoying to get out of. Yeah. Okay. So I need to find a stake. Yeah. All right. Boy, slimes. The slimes in castles don't seem to be as bad, though. And immediately I get a level. So I don't know about the ones that don't give me more health. Do I get more defense? Is that what it is? Still getting experience in here. I am not. Never mind. I was going to say I might grind a level in here off stream. See, I don't know where I could go to keep getting experience. Like, I don't want to progress off stream. Maybe back at the graveyard? That would be terrible, actually. I might see if the night enemies in the next town. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to try to grind a level off stream or not. I might, but I don't think it's necessary. I don't know if there's anything more I need to buy other than laurels. I might buy another thing of garlic, just in case I need them for something. So there's a third dagger I know, and I don't know what the item is between the holy water and the flame. Yeah, doesn't matter about the enemy, just matters its location. So I'm not getting experience here. Thanks, game. Wow. Nope. Nope. That was dumb. As long as he doesn't knock me back into the spikes, I'm okay. Of course he's going to. Can I throw holy water at him? Kinda? That's awkward. No, throw it. There we go. Okay, I don't think this is going to be as bad as I remembered it being. Kneel at the end of the waist with the red crystal. Yeah, that's the one about the whirlwind. Let's see, what was the original hint there? Wait for a soul with a red crystal on Deborah Cliff. You see, that's still a little cryptic, but that still tells you what you need and where. Just the way you have to find these hints it's very NES. But even at the time, they did not feel like it was good. It's like Nintendo Power had a full guide for this game. Even with that, I never finished it as a kid. Okay, game. Other than holy water breaking blocks, I don't need it anymore. Invested in an oak stake? Yes! A wise investment when dealing with vampires. I don't know if I'll make this jump. I did not make that jump. Oh well. This guy should also be on the way out, so I can just grab another stake, maybe? They've never been too far out of the way of any... Okay, you can peace out. Yeah, they've never been too far out of the way of any path I need to take, so I'm not overly concerned about having an extra. Okay, I do know that there's a boss here. And bats. Thanks. They don't act like any other bat I have encountered so far. Thanks for that, game. Okay, this is not a difficult boss. Interesting. Do I need something to kill him? Because he's not going down. Never mind. That was not a difficult boss. You now possess the golden knife. I've not used any knives. Okay, so the stake goes there. So yeah, something goes in between the holy water and the flame. Now possess Dracula's eye. Okay. So this one they did tell me what it did. Oh, he's back. Why is he back? I guess I didn't technically have to fight him. Just glitching that I don't know if you can see him. Glitching that one slime up to the floor as I'm climbing the stairs. Maybe the guy's not even there. Okay, he is there. Yeah, I might as well. I'm here. He's here. We're both here. I'll get another steak. Will that get me out of here? He will not. That is a dead end. Okay. So I'm going to go back to town. And I guess call it a stream. This was not a long castle. I expected this to take longer. None of the dungeons, or castles, rather, take too long in this game. Like, especially the final, it's just super short. I don't even remember there being enemies, but there might be. basically the collapsed castle from the first game, so there's just nothing to the castle. And a lot of these aren't even mentioned as castles in the game. They're like mansions or manors. Oh, should have just dropped. No, never mind. He didn't come after me. Might be safer to just jump across here. Nope, probably not. Nope. Up. Sure. See, I think there's... I think there's also something... Okay, I'm not going to do that. No, I will. Never mind, that's not what I thought it was. Okay. So this is a... To the left is a dumb platforming challenge. But I have save states, so... It's still dumb. Once you get used to the jumping arcs, I remember it not being too bad. But it is still pretty dumb. Because some of these jumps, you have to jump at the height of the block to make it. Like if it's going down, you just lose your jump. Okay. I don't think there's anywhere else in the game that has momentum jumpings like that, where the movement of the block affects your jump. I suppose there's not a lot of vertical moving blocks, so that might be why. Okay, these also do not give me experience. Every time, middle of my jump. Okay, still nothing at night. There's supposed to be a guy at the end here. Yeah. I'll give you a diamond. How generous. So this is the other usable item. Okay, I don't know what this does. Okay, I've already got the diamond. Yeah. Interesting. How much is that? Okay, it only costs 1 to use. That's actually pretty good pretty good weapon. I can have at least 3 at once, it looked like. Thankfully, there's no enemies during this platforming challenge. Okay. On the way back. So you want it to not only be as high as possible when you jump, but you want it to also be moving up. For all but that jump, basically. Okay, that freaked me out because he didn't move. But you also have no air control, so that was technically safe. Okay, let's head back to town, and then I'm gonna... It's a little early even for what I'm doing lately, but I'm just gonna call the stream there. Actually, which town do I even want to go to? Let's see, where's Castle 4? Oh, I know where I need to go. I need to go to that cliff and use the gym. So, I'm just going to go to the first town across the river here, the boatman. No, I'll go to the second town. The one. No, I will stop at the one with the church. Okay. That one almost hit me. Okay. Well, the one without the church I might still get experience from. But I want to have a heal at least. Start next time with full health. I think there's 3 castles, and then there's not really even a castle for Dracula. So there's 3 castles and a final boss left for next time. It's not a long game, just because of I started this in the middle of my stream today, and okay, there we go. And just obligations I have. I can't finish this today. Get down to the left exit. Maybe I'll remember where I needed to go next time. Okay, so, I did get experience from it. Interesting. Well, I might try to grind up another level for next time, but probably not. It's not like it's super important. Yeah, next time we'll finish this, and I will continue playing spooky games for Spooky Month. Yeah, so that's it for today. Yeah, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed the stream. I did like how Live a Live ended. Just I did not like the final chapter. Anyways, yeah, and this Castlevania 2 is going pretty well. I am not good at Castlevania, but that's probably why I like Castlevania 2, because it's, other than it being cryptic, it's not nearly as difficult. Also, I like RPGs, and it's got a lot of RPG elements to it. So, yeah. So I'll finish this next time. Probably have time in that stream too to start something else. Yeah. The plan for this month is mostly like Halloween themed games, basically. Let's see. I have several games and hacks. There's probably a couple that are not necessarily Halloween themed, but are kind of got that vibe to them. There's a lot more Halloween themed games than any other, like maybe 3-to-1 Halloween to Christmas games. Yeah, I have several games planned out for this month. I don't know that I'll even get through all of them. Not like they're long or anything. They just have quite a few of them picked out. But we'll see. I'll worry about that later, I guess. So that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed the stream. Hope to see you next time. Thanks for stopping by.